Now we're going to talk about the Hahn dental implant. It's a very similar implant to the Nobel Active in that all the parts are interchangeable. That means I can put a Nobel Active implant in and then put a healing abutment from a Hahn implant. Or I can put a Hahn implant in and take a impression coping or a healing abutment or a cover screw from the Nobel Active and fit it into the Hahn. They both have conical connections. That's why they're interchangeable. So in most cases we're going to be using the Nobel Active, but in certain cases, certain types of bone or certain other instances, I'll use the Hahn implant. So you have to know all of the different types of Hahn implants. Now the good thing is they're very similar to the Nobel Active. As we learned last time, in Nobel Active you have a 3.5, 4.3 and a 5.0 implant. In the Hahn we have the same exact sizes. 3.5 is the pink or the purple. The 4.3 is the yellow in the Hahn as well, and then the 5.0 is blue. So they're very similar in those three instances. They're exactly the same color coordinated type of things. Now the only difference, and this is a very important difference that you have to learn, is the platform. Now we had talked about platforms in another video that the 3.5 in the Nobel Active is a narrow platform, and that the 4.3 in the Nobel Active is a regular platform. But in the Hahn, both of these platforms are actually narrow platforms. Very important to know. The 5.0 is again the same as the Nobel Active. The 5.0 Hahn is a regular platform. So that's an important distinguishing thing to know, because if I ask for a 4.3 4.3 Hahn implant, and then I ask you for a healing abutment, you have to know that you're going to be looking for a narrow platform healing abutment, not a regular platform healing abutment. The one additional type of implant that the Hahn system has, which is actually very beneficial, is the 7.0 diameter implant. So this is an implant that we can utilize in molar sites mostly, where we have a big defect and I want to try to do an immediate implant, that a 5.0 diameter implant just isn't large enough. And so in that case, I want to put in something which is wider and larger and will engage the bone of this larger socket. So that's where I use the 7.0 Hahn implant. Now this doesn't really correlate to any platform in the Nobel Active system. It's completely independent, different. So that's where I would use a 7.0 Hahn implant. Now the one last type of implant that I'll tell you about that's in both the Hahn and the Nobel Active is a 3.0. So if I have a very, very narrow space that I need to get an implant in, I'll use the 3.0 implant. And that again is a different platform. Remember, the platform is how implant connects to any other things, such as a healing abutment or a cover screw or an impression coping. That platform has to be the same. The 3.0 platform is not a narrow platform. It's not a regular platform. It's a whole platform on itself. So we have to have compatible parts that'll fit the 3.0 platform.